Well, they're giving me the impression that the sleep that they put these people in is permanent, which is rough. Although they all volunteer. I think that's a buyable house. Buyable from whom? I don't know. That's neat. I would most definitely buy sight unseen. Man, softening these guys up with a bow. It's kind of a crucial strategy. So these guys are pretty solid, all things considered. No! You've killed the living cannon. Okay, where the heck are we? Go there, Marzov's. Sluice. There. How do I get there? Oh. The back way. You can always trust the silk slug. Whoa! No! Am I live? Okay. Uh-oh. Bummer, the bitrate was awesome. Damn. Well, hopefully people come up. It is live. Session's at 0. Testing, testing. Can you see me? Uh-oh. Riddle me this. I can still see the stream. It still says I'm live. Still have internet. Yikes. What happens if I boot it up again? Troubleshooting live, folks. Okay, the session is 0. Time is a construct. Hey, thank you! Sorry, the stream died, and it still looks like it's dead. It says I have 0 viewers. Session has been going for 0 time. But yeah, the bitrate was insane. Hopefully I wasn't out too long. But thank you for the greeting. Welcome back. Pleased that you're here. I'm going to take the word for it. So unprofessional. That's right. I'm going to have to take all that responsibility. Because I run Twitch. 3 viewers. Okay, now it's popping up. And I've also been streaming for 4 minutes. Let's fight some robots. I'll take a gander at what we're looking at here. Nice. Free lockpick. Cool, everything's looking normal. Nice, I only noticed because it said, welcome to the chat room again. I'm like, wait a minute. I've been part of the chat room this whole time. What do you mean? And thus, further investigation proved that it closed. But we didn't miss much. We're going to the Vision Works and pursuing that quest. Which is fine. I've broken my way in once. I can do it again. You know, once I upgrade my house the next level, I do think upgrading a dagger might be prudent. Because though I like doing the whole sword fighting thing, and it is quite powerful, I feel like a good backstab would be a little more prudent. I mean, I'm not strong enough to really justify a greatsword. So that's death. Don't quite have the hops for that one. Get our trusty bow. Got him. Oh, come on. Come on. Have at you. There we go. So now that we're getting kind of close to the end of the year, what are kind of people's hopes now that we've had the Game Awards and then announcements of everything new? What's everybody excited for? I myself am especially excited for Night Rain and the fact that it's a multiplayer game now. Oh, hell yeah. Gonna be playing the crap out of that one. Oh, I gotta open it again. What? Am I forever locked out? Hi. Need to speak? Dr. Pripp. I'm sorry, Dr. Pripp is extremely busy at present. Is only seeing visitors by appointment. Can I do with anything else? So, take me to Pripp or the king will hear of it. Clerk looks perturbed. Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. Why didn't you say earlier? Even so, I'm afraid I will need some kind of order from the king. It says so in the letter patent, you see. Went to an official-looking document proudly displayed on the wall. We're here on a very sensitive matter. Best for everyone if stay off the books, no? Yeah! The clerk gives you a knowing look. Ah, of course, Your Honor. A good doctor is on the top floor. I'm sure he'll be happy to assist you. She remembers herself. Oh, and long live the king, of course. They talked our way in. We got an insignia. Nothing new in here. So everybody here is in a permanent vegetable state. Forever dreaming. Let's go find the good doctor. Boiling veggie. Boiling? What makes them boiling? Which in truth, they are vegetables. They are dreaming. Ah, the armed avenger returns. Do you have any further demands? I like how they remember the lines of inquiry you make. I'm here on behalf of a woman who can't wake up. Listen to your tale with studious dispassion, his brow slightly furrowed. It's the most unfortunate case, alas, and it's also a familiar one. Would you like the good news first, or the bad news? The bad news. The bad news is there's no known cure for chronic aneurysm. Once it advances to such late stage, naturally, this is a major avenue of my research, but in my professional opinion, it's unlikely to bear the fruit for at least a decade. The good news is that we can offer at least 2 solutions to the poor girl's predicament. Her mother may not like them, but I am a doctor, not a minor god. The simplest option is for Nadia to join our happy crew. Many of our workers are chronic cases like her, and I can assure you they're comfortable and well taken care of. Her mother would share in the profits while being relieved of the burden of caring for her. Could visit regularly during our open hours. Naturally, we would also pay a finder's fee. Alternatively, Yesamine could buy her own vision siphon, also known as Dream Crown. I believe the current price is 120 coins, including permit fees. This could enable her to support Nadia at home by bottling and selling her visions independently. Oh. There you go. Tell me more about her buying a Dream Crown. If memory serves, she could buy one at Vidal's shop. She would need a permit, but since I chair the body that approves said permits, that won't be a problem. I must caution you that without the benefit of our extensive distribution network and our royal monopoly on exports, this option would inevitably be less lucrative for Yasmin. On the other hand, with practice, Yasmin could learn to capture her own dreams and administer them to Nadia, potentially permitting a form of bi-directional communication between the pair. Any other questions? Well, we'll see what she thinks. Why don't you take one of our standard contracts for her to read through? A pre-stamped 0th class Royal Post envelope is included in the package. If Yasmin accepts our offer, I shall leave you her finder's fee with the Vidal Vision Trader in Ferropolis. I like how aggressive I can be against this guy. Thanks, I suppose. Remember, this is not a decision that should be taken lightly. I encourage Yasmin to take all the time she wishes. Ah, the good doctor. I also love how much crushing bureaucracy this city has. All part of the clockwork machine. I also look at all these islands in the distance. I wonder if I can actually go them should I gain access to an airship. Really? Can a doctor not be a businessman? I mean, yes, he is taking care of these people who are highly addicted to having other people's dreams. And our character here is not innocent either. It's not that there's any moral stance. You simply want to be in outrage. I like that. Have you ever slammed a door, not out of anger, but out of just the sheer wish to hear the sound? Yeah. I mean, it's in your hand. The choice is always yours. Was there another person involved, or were you just kind of like doing it on your own time? It's like, God damn it, slam! Actually, I'm not even mad. I don't know what I'm doing. Although, in truth, I have actively argued with somebody I agreed with. Dramatically fall on the floor. Oh no! Just languishing. What the heck's that creaking? We're also awfully close to the neural star. Cheese! Absolutely. What? What about cheese? Oh, it's the cheese star. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what kind of pink cheese you're seeing. So we go past the tower. And on our way to the Library of Untruths. It's the cheese star puffs. Pink dye. I mean, it's true. Although you gotta not go too crazy on that dye though, because you know, as it like oozes over the burger, it kind of gives like this unhealthy, you know, redness. It's kind of like eating way too many popsicles, right? You're just nomming on them and you realize, oh, my mouth is blue. Although, I mean, I guess if your mouth is already pink. Yeah, I cannot upgrade this property because I do not own it. But I want to own it. Even though it doesn't have a roof. I will be the landlord. So that's the garbage. The cemetery of broken things, as they call it. Your little cousin's cake, they had this regular vanilla cake with blue frosting. Oh, yeah! As one of my uncle's wedding cakes had similar blue frosting. The problem was, it was a butter frosting, and it just tasted like butter. It was not great. She didn't know you were eating the cake? I mean, was it the winter? Did she think you were like get hypothermia? Oh God, no. Well, okay, let's be fair though. Was her first question, what did you eat? And then was your answer not satisfactory? Actually, growing up, we used to swim in the Sound growing up, my sisters and I. And, yeah, it was so cold because, you know, Pacific waters. We'd swim until our lips turned blue. So naturally, we got out, you know, took a hot shower, warmed up. Needless to say, we built kind of a cold tolerance. First question is, why are your lips blue? And then, before you can answer, oh God. See, that's why you gotta wait for at least an answer. Unless your tongue is swollen, in which case you can't answer. Excuse me? There are a lot of sounds happening here. Ah! I've been ambushed. I mean, it did, eventually. Still getting all these goopy sounds. Maybe he was escorting me off the premise. Hello? This is the Cemetery of Broken Things. Whoa! A telephone. Hello? Inside the yellow box is a mechanical console with something like an ear trumpet hanging on a curly wire. A tinny noise issued from its mouth. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. Your brain is flooded by a cacophony of jagged noise. Then you realize it's some kind of otherworldly music. The music throbs in an alien time signature, defying your attempts to track its rhythm. Ghostly, inhuman voices lap over each other like waves. It feels like a memory from before the universe was made. This doesn't seem like the king's message. You'll have to try one of the other boxes. Okay. Jesus. I'm beginning to understand the word cacophony. Like, be gone with you, heathen! Yeah, now it's just telephones. Telephones for days. Well, maybe he's the graveyard keeper. Hello, sir? I must warn you, I am armed. And you have nothing but a bucket in the corner. Charming domicile. Welcome to the graveyard, pal. Who brings you all the way out here? Doesn't look like any graveyard I've seen. Funny sort of gravestones, ain't they? This is where they keep things the Clockwork King makes what no one can find a use for. Teapots, chess sets, bathtubs, grand pianos, it all ends up here. Some things nobody even knows what they are. That's why Its Majesty makes them. I couldn't tell you. There's plenty of stuff people give their left arm for that ain't getting built, but it's not for me to question the logic of our king. So, what they're out else? I'm here on official business. Blimey, you mean someone's actually been reading my reports? Better late than never, I suppose. It's these yellow boxes, see? We've had them for years, but I've even... Okay, everybody here's got an English accent, and I just cannot do one. I've been trying. But even the king speaker himself couldn't make head nor tails of them. Told me to look after them till they're needed. But that'll be the day. Well, a fair few ticks ago, some of the boxes started talking. Now they won't shut up. Weird stuff. Music sometimes, mind. I know better than to listen. Maybe you could take a look. Most of the boxes here don't talk. You'll have to listen closely if you want to find the right ones. Is there out else? I'll be going now. Okay, now we just got to keep finding the talking boxes. Filled with otherworldly music. Hello. At least it doesn't sound like a ringing phone. That would upset me. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. You can hear two people in soft conversation, their voice echoing as from the other end of a long stone passage. There now. It'll be all right. How's it going to be all right? Lydia's just gone, and nobody remembers. I feel like my brain is melting and running out of my ears. I know. All I mean is, we've got each other, and I ain't going nowhere. A pause. I was washing up today. Did you ever notice how many dishes we have? Enough for 5 people, not 2. Well, helps to have extra, don't it? You know we can't afford more of anything than we need. We had an extra bed, too, before we sold it. And that cot. This doesn't seem like a king's message. I'm going to keep listening. So they're trying to figure out how big of a family they had. I suppose it was nice to have guests around, before all this, I mean. And do you remember ever having guests? How many people used to live in this house, see? I don't know. No, me neither. It's a long silence, and then there's odd little wet sounds. Oi, what are you doing? Sorry, should I stop? I didn't say stop. Oh. You hear grateful sighs and giggles and a loving moan. You quickly put the trumpet down before you hear any more. Okay. My infinite throwing knives. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. The old man's voice echoes to the other end. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? I don't know where I am. Please. It's cold. Yes, I can hear you. The old man doesn't seem to be able to hear you. I can't see anything. I can't feel my body. Is anyone there? Hello, please. If anyone's there, say something. Doesn't seem like the king's message. So he's lost in the void. And he's going to die there. Become void touched and disintegrate once he actually touches reality. Well, I did answer him back. He couldn't hear me. At first, you just hear the hissing, then a tune that Afra hums. Genderless voice announces with mechanical regularity. 6, 1, 6, 3, 2, break, 5, 2, 6, alder, phantom, 2, break, 4, 6. The voice drones on and on, then repeats. This must be the king's message. You scribble down everything you can, then replace the trumpet. Okay. I mean, that's actually kind of a thing. Can you imagine, like, a payphone that starts ringing, right? You hear somebody's pleas of, like, oh, please help, or do something, you know, yada, yada, yada. But then what do? Like, you can't respond. You can't, you know, do anything about it. You don't know where or who they are. All you can really do is hang up the phone and just be haunted for a while. Pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. It's a whirlwind of noise. Chattering voices, snatches of song, weird mechanical screeches. At one point, you hear your own name. You hurriedly replace the trumpet. Interesting. So these are phones to different realities. At least we heard what we needed to. Alright. So now we're going to check out the Library of Untruths, because we're going to be somewhat efficient in our movements. I think that would be right here. So I need to stay at the bottom of the hillock. I always think that's probably the most frightening things about most things, is not as being powerless to do anything about the situation. Again, in the same circumstance, like the person on the phone. Somebody's calling for help, but you're quite literally unable to do anything about it. I know. We're in this, like, perpetual winter. Created by the king. Nothing but cold steel. I'm upset that it takes 3 arrows to kill them. There's no lower access. I'm dismayed. It's the perpetual winter. I've always wondered what it'd be like to be in a place that is consistently cold. Kind of like Wisconsin or Maine or something like that, where they have, like, you know, truly, well, in my perspective, horrific winters. Where it's so cold your eyeballs can freeze over. I just thought those would be pretty cool things to experience. And it can't be that bad. I mean, people live there, for Pete's sake. It's better than summer? How do you mean? Really? You're not a big summer fan? I get you. Your hair doesn't like summer either? I get you. I've got the Gandalf mindset, is the weather will come when the weather comes. I mean, all you can really do is just enjoy it as best you can, even though it does get pretty hot. Although where I live, it's pretty consistently mild. I mean, we have hot days, but it's like, what, 2 days of a year? Hello again, dearie. Can I help you find anything? Is this the Library of Untruths by any chance? She looks at you over her spectacles. Library of what? That certainly doesn't sound like a real place, dearie. If such a place did exist, you wouldn't be allowed there. And so, if this is what you... If this was it, you'd have to leave. But... it doesn't. And this isn't. So you're fine. How many fingers am I holding up? Is this a game? I confess I don't know the rules. 3 fingers, of course. What's this? Did Oleg send you? Damn it, I've already told him I know nothing about any. Besides catches the locket. Suddenly she can't look away. Locket. So you do recognize it. I've never seen this locket in my life, except... why does it feel so... She takes it gingerly, feeling it in her hands. She shoves the locket back at you. Please leave. Tell that drunkard bloody oaf I want nothing to do with him. And I'm not. Slams her fist on the desk, but to emphasize her point, prompting a chorus of mechanical chitters from the ceiling. The librarian sighs and lowers her voice to a sharp whisper. As I said, I'm not rescinding my petition. You went down to Florida and your hair started frizzing up. That I believe, especially with all the humidity and stuff. Natural heater. Yeah, I am also a natural heater. I tend to sleep better when it's much colder out, and I just heat the room around me. Sorry, what petition do you mean? Our divorce petition. Isn't that why Oleg sent you? We've been waiting more than a year now for His Majesty's ruling. Unfortunately, there's a backlog. You must relent. I'm looking for his missing child. Explanation with growing alarm. But that's preposterous. That can't be right. I know that isn't. Her eyes return inexorably to the locket. King's mercy, it's true, isn't it? Seemingly on the verge of tears. I apologize for my, outburst. I'm a little taken aback, you see. It's my child, too. Listen, I can't help you. It's just an ordinary library, you see. There's nothing here about any missing child, and I am authorized to help you with whatever you need. Do you understand? I get it. Your chances so you can't talk about the place. Gives you a meaningful look. Don't be absurd. There used to be a librarian who could only lie, but she turned into a dragon and flew away. Which I like this, but this is also a library where you're magically compelled to lie? If there were a record of your child, how would you find it? Well, since neither I nor Oleg can remember the child, it stands to reason that they never existed. And if they never existed, there couldn't be a record. Certainly not here. Anyway, there's no way to access the reading room upstairs without a royal permit. No way at all. Can you imagine if it was something as simple as a hidden lever? Oh dear, I'm feeling rather tired. You behave yourself while I rest my eyes for the moment, won't you? Quest around underneath the lip of her desk until they find something that clicks. This is ridiculous. Don't worry, you've been very helpful. Thank you, dearie. It's Genevieve, by the way. My name is Genevieve Mishkin. I don't know why, but I feel like you should know that. Genevieve. That's actually a beautiful name. So theatrical. It's like, if you could see the thing that's totally not here, nobody would say that. It's impossible. I'm just going to rest my eyes here for a bit. That's my favorite part. Hello. I've always liked the idea of a clockwork mind. The machine thrums with sorcery, a quill tethered to it by a silver chain. Welcome to the Library of Untruths. Please inscribe thy query. Beware, unsanctioned access to is punishable by controlled annihilation. Show me your file on Genevieve Mishkin. Wheels and gears spin. Below your feet you hear the library pulling up scrolls to be loaded into the machine. Pondering. Alas, cannot summon codex. Record of fault. Codex not sanctioned for this installation. Only redacted subjects are listed in this archive. Related. Genevieve Mishkin, Branch 1. Igor Smith. Suli Amanovich. Look at that middle name! How on earth? How on earth? Branch 1. True name. Genevieve Mishkin, Branch 1. Saint Void, Apostle Bion, redacted. Call them Sewell. It's like, you know what? Your name's Steve. My name's Mishkin. Steve. It's so nice to see you, Steve. Person's history. Year 20, branch created by order of Mechanical Rex. Following selection of original sensitive clerical service, immediately detained for intensive vetting. Failed first vetting, revised accordingly. Passed second vetting, revisions applied to original. Acted ordered Mechanicus Rex. Show me the relatives. 0, alive. Status, alive. First child. Galette. Birth. Indra Olegovina. Olegvina. I don't know how to say that. Deceased, age 7, pox. There's one more entry which somehow didn't appear in your initial search. Alas, cannot conjure verse. Third child, status, alas, cannot conjure verse. Tell me more about the third child. Cannot summon codex. Subject, re-index under Royal Project a lot. Horoscope by petition of Sunhil Khan, King Speaker. What is Project Horoscope? Alas, cannot summon chapter, rector, and fault. Chapter sealed by petition of Sunil Khan, King Speaker. Pondering. Machine rumbles, whirs, sometimes it dregs up the next scroll from deep in the recesses. Annals of Project Horoscope, Subject 5. Alas, cannot conjure verse. Anti-Rex, 4 months, 5 days, unknown. Yanesk, Oblesk. Headline outcomes. Alas, cannot conjure verse. Dead by suicide. Dead in prison. Executed for sedition. Emigrated without permit. Assigned to royal service. Show me their history. This time you hit pay dirt. Here is all the milestones and misfortunes of the Loeg's third child, recounting with the clinical detachment of an account book. Year 3, registered royal annals. 6, assigned to basic schooling. Reassigned with family in Ferropolis. Petition Mechanicus Rex for technical schooling. Denied. Full history. Assigned factory service. Reprimanded for carelessness. Medical permit. Tonic of Jitterseed. Granted. Permit revoked due to supply considerations. Reprimand for malingering. Dismissed for carelessness and insolence. Assigned Royal Project. Keep reading. Assigned to menial service and Ferropolis as per project parameters. Arrested for sumptuary violations, 2 days in stocks. Petition for change of common name granted as per project parameters. Petition for corporeal transfiguration. Okay, denied. Appeal to previous petition. Denied as per project parameters. Assigned to agricultural cern and blah 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 as per project parameters. Petition for reassignment in Ferropolis. Denied. A last Fulton status check. I guess not. You know, for a mechanical god who can change reality, that sounds like a very small thing to change. Yeah, it sounds like disease is pretty rife in this place. That's all there is. You better ask the librarian what she makes of it. No further queries. I like the idea of writing on a scroll and then having it produce information. This mechanical thing is interesting. I like to consider it the mechanical scrivener. Hi. Librarian quickly hides a handkerchief underneath some papers as you approach. Her eyes are red and wet. Oh, hello, dearie. Do pardon me. All the parchment here plays havoc to my allergies. How are you holding up, Genevieve? Guys, oh, thank you for asking, dearie. I'm sure it'll be alright. People can go back to normal after anything, can't they? As long as we have some way to get there. The way little Indra died, we had a funeral, sang songs, said goodbye, then there was a gravestone, the name on it. I still visit every year. It was like, I don't know, like a bridge, linking the world where she was alive and one where she's gone. But this, what am I even meant to do with this? Such an advanced place, having created their own god. People can change. I mean, yeah, but it's also, they're having so many other problems with the god deleting reality. I mean, it is considered practically insane. I mean, the main person said, yeah, our god's mad. You know, it's true. Well, they said our king's mad, but, you know. At least there's only machines here to witness my tears. Well, I think I found something. Oh, well then. Go ahead, I'm as ready as I can be. Sounds okay. Oh, dear me. That's what they used to call the corrupted lands before they consumed. I've never heard of any survivors. Didn't get a Fulton status check. How curious. That's quite similar to what the king says when you ask about people who've fallen prey to the corruption. I suppose there's an answer staring us in the face, isn't it? When something becomes corrupted, its official records get scrambled. Some say it also affects people's memories. Although obviously you and I both know the last part's Claptrap is gone. There's a royal cleanup camp near where it used to be, out of the corrupted lands. Oh, I so want to go to the corrupted lands. If there are any clues left to the child's fate, you'd surely find them there. How do I reach them? There's a far eastern end of the island. There's an artificial ditch. The whole area is restricted by order of the king, and cleanup crews get in and out by sky barge. Just glance around, check the mechapeds are still dormant, and lowers their voice. But between you and me, I heard there's some kind of abandoned machine out there that can clamor up. It's a little scrap of paper. These are the access codes we use in the library. A lot of the king's machines use the same ones. Perhaps you'll try them. You'll get lucky. What is the nature of the corruption? Nobody's quite sure, dearie. I know it started long before the fall of Irisk. Just little outbreaks here and there. Only murmured about. Never officially acknowledged. But then, Town of Progress was consumed. Wait, the Town of Progress. In a matter of weeks, the rest of Istrik wasn't far behind. After that, everyone knew. I remember exactly where I was when I heard Progress had fallen. At a little apartment in Ferropolis, wishing Oleg socks. Oh, King's blessing, those brave cleanup workers. Okay. I think we're going to check out the corrupted lands. There we go. Okay, plan of action. I go to town. No, we gotta keep adventuring. I got potions that can keep me going. Nothing but stimulants. The storyline in this game is phenomenal. And especially as it branches into different storylines. Like, you know, going to one area, I'm here simply to find a person. But in trying to find a person, I find 100 different problems that I gotta solve. I feel like this is a game where I have to save the world 100 times. Or help it perpetuate into what it's doing. Like, I guess it's probably a rule that I can actually, you know, destroy the world just as easily as I can fix it. But I agree with you. It's actually pretty phenomenal how the story goes. And I also really like how everything kind of ties together. Sproing. Sproing. I do not want peace. I want problems. I mean, absolutely. I mean, think about it. Isn't that the want of an adventurer? They fight tooth and nail to do what's right, only to leave that city to do it again somewhere else. Kind of like Mad Max in a way. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but I am quite fond of the character. It's like he just wants to live his life out on the road. But no, everybody keeps giving him problems. I think that's kind of what attracts me most to adventurers and like D&D and just kind of like stories of adventure like that. It's just like, you know, these people don't have to go pursuing problems, and yet they do, right? It's what they live for. It's what they, you know, it's their coffee, their bread and butter. They don't have, they undergo so much strife and suffering, and yet they could possibly just not even think of doing anything else. Kind of. I mean, that's true. But then again, is the hero complex, is that such a bad thing? I mean, truth, whenever there's a problem, somebody's got to do it. Although, if you think about it, no. A problem can just remain a problem. Yeah. I hear the ticky-tack of aggressive legs. You can cause the problem just to save someone for it. Well, that's true. But doesn't that just make you either the source or just a deflection of it? I do agree with you, however. And the cessation of one problem simply just makes others. A problem is just a matter of perspective. It's a challenge or an event that just kind of, you know. Simply in a world of cause and effect. Controls caked with dust, dirt. Amidst the decay, you spy a keypad and 6 round keys. Enter the codes given to you by the librarian. You methodically punch in the numbers, occasionally pausing to squint at Genevieve's tiny handwriting. Most of them fail, until you try the final code, 050451. Somewhere beneath your feet, an engine thrums to life, and a metal catwalk begins to vibrate. A source, but only you will know you are the source, while the person you save will think you are a hero. Yeah, that's true. You caused the problem that you saved somebody from? That's kind of devious if you think about it. I'm sorry, are these giant spires of flesh? Oh boy. I feel like we've just learned the nature of the Quaffer stimulant. Yeah, oh yeah, the moving city. There's a moving one on the other side of the kingdom. But this thing's awesome. Wouldn't you love working at a factory that just rolls around? Look at it. It's pulsating. This one just happens to be alive. Which might actually be a problem. No, it can move. If you go out here, this one in particular is not moving. Decidedly not. Yeah, as you can see, it's like a tank. Yeah. So the other one over there is rolling around. And right now, this one's only moving in terms that its molecules never hold still. The City of Progress is where our glorious king is forging the future with our own hands, exacting opportunities available for wire weavers, phosphorus whiskers, steam lathe and drill press operators, compressed table workers, hazard pay applies. Infrahole rune engravers must be shorter than 4 feet 11. Alright. Void fumigators and death helmetizers. Alright. Long live the king, century 0, year 19. Okay. It's interesting that phosphorus whiskers don't actually get hazard pay, because phosphorus is actually incredibly toxic. Oh, we got mutants. We got mutants. Howdy there. We got mutants with a lot of hit points. I'm sorry, you behind me? Yeah, there's a story of one that you should probably not look in detail because it's kind of gross, but a matchmakers in like the 30s and 40s. I'm not sure if they still are, but they used to be phosphorus tipped, right? And predominantly women used to work in the industry because one of the few jobs they could do. But the problem is they had this condition called phossy jaw, which is a condition given to phosphorus as it dissolves your bones. And it starts in the jawline area. And yeah, it's a whole, like, period where, you know, people were... Oh, I'm trying to describe it. Like, a lot of the business people were like, yeah, we're going to excuse you because your presence is very frightful. And yeah. That industry, hopefully, has changed. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they wanted to fight me through the window, it's their own fault for picking a very poor combat location. So I'm finding a ton of fine ore. This is a good sign. My house is going to be the coolest when I line the walls with various metals. Spectral shield. The spell generates an arcane shield that is impervious to damage, while the caster has mana to maintain it. Draining to cast and sustain, the spell has nevertheless saved many a mage from otherwise certain death. Sorry for burping in the microphone. That was not my goal. Whoa! Cheap viewers. Oh, that's good. I was trying to, you know, hide it. Unlike some of my fine friends, I have manners. It's a little bit of an effort. May not be gentlemanly, but I don't know, courteous. I work with a couple folks who belch non-stop. Grosses out a couple of the other people who work for me. And it's always a point of consternation. It's like, I am going to lose my mind if they keep belching when they walk past me. And naturally, you have to smooth it over. As I'm secretly in my head going, why? Why is this a problem? How I feel about the giant eyes on the tree. Let's go get that jitter seed. Every time you hide your burp, you feel like wearing a top hat and a suit. Well, swirling non-existent mustache. Exactly. Does that mean you don't normally do so, or do you enjoy feeling posh? Whoa! Man, the entire world's falling apart over here. Got the high ground, Anakin. Don't try it. Means if it happens, then it happens. Then you can hide your burp and feel very posh. See, there you go. No need to grieve over it. I don't know, I do kind of like that. It's just kind of like lazing around. I can't tell if that's a house or a bridge. This way to the City of Progress. Attached note, these ruins are off limits. We're going to go there next. We're going to explore on this side. Because that feels like where I'm supposed to go. This is awesome. I was kind of hoping for an actual adventure place in this area. Like, it all seemed to be some kind of political intrigue while, you know, we're fighting to maintain reality. But no, we gotta go into the Forbidden Lands. With myth and monster alike. Look at this. Gotta pull out our favorite device. Looks like this corruption is pretty thorough. Through and through. I've always liked that as kind of a great indication of something malfunctioning. Is that it's just slowly spinning. It doesn't understand what it's doing. But it just keeps going. Is that teeth? Why does it have teeth? They really are. I've always kind of because it's kind of given me the impression that the ground itself has become fleshy. Kinda. As like rampant biological growth. I mean, it's certainly the corruption. Like the one guy we met at the tavern. He was saying, yep, I've had to clean up corruption for sure. So there's a broken bridge. Wonder if I can connect him. Can I corrupt the mainland? I'm afraid I don't know the tumors that grow hair and teeth. That is a direction I'm ignorant in. Interesting, though, that that's a thing. It's kind of interesting how we went to the Machine Kingdom, and now we're in, like, some kind of biological hellscape. Like you do. I wonder if this has something to do with Pegluth, the god of growth. Maybe there's a Wiccan here. Uh-oh. And he's on his way. Okay, they were both on their way. Ah! I'm getting the impression that I'm going to be fatigued sometime soon. Which is a bad thing, because all my stats will drop. Teratomas. Oh, you know, okay, that came up in a Binding of Isaac. It did not inspire a Google search, because, I don't know, that sounds altogether icky, though fascinating. Elixir of Luck, you say? A stat-up potion, if you will. I do like how they describe the Elixir of Luck in this game. It's not so much luck that it grants you, so much as it just makes you better at everything. Who's this? A cleaner. It's weird and cool and also gross. That's kind of cool. But that's a shame, too, because, like, that's a real thing that people have to deal with. I mean, presumably, it's probably treatable. To Royal Beacon, only machinists permitted. Okay. This way to clean up camp. Okay. Wonder if I can find a teleporter. Oh, hi. These are non-cancerous, but some are. Oh, really? I always thought it was some form of cancer. Fascinating. These guys look awesome. Even through their helmet, you can hear the panic in their voice. I'm telling you, I knew that face. I know it's impossible, but I knew that face. Their voice comes through harsh and commanding through their helmet. Gawked enough, have you? Had your fill? If you have any respect, you piss off right back to Ferropolis. Even though the helmet, you can see the panic in their voices. You knew that face. So these people are just having problems. I'm assuming the house is burning. I know, the gear is awesome. I've always liked the kind of techno, you know, techno armor. It's like that It's hard to describe as anything but the darker side of steampunk. Like the gritty, dirty. I think it's been kind of called diesel punk. But I could be wrong there. Wait, what the hell is that? Is that also the island I was looking at before? It is. It's a different angle. How do I get there? Okay. Can't wait to get an airship. Airship. Would I? I've actually heard that's a really good show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but a person I live with does. And I hear a lot about him. Well, that seems like one of those very surprisingly good shows. Like, you wouldn't expect it to be good. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Okay. I'll have to see it one of these days. Probably once I earn myself a little bit more time, I'll be investing. First and foremost, I gotta see Twin Peaks. That's been the edict, is as soon as I get a ton of excess free time, I'm gonna try to hunt down Twin Peaks. Because too many people have told me to watch it. But, no, Arcane does sound phenomenal. Needs a key, you say? So what do the cleanup crews hope to achieve here? They're in this land, they're cleaning up the biological mass, but it's everywhere. It's like, is their job futile? Yeah, it's an older TV show that had like I want to say like a 10-year gap between seasons. But it's kind of like it's done in the modern day, but it's got like yeah. I didn't realize it was 1990, but yeah, exactly that. Well, like I said, I haven't watched TV in a hot minute. Or many movies, for that matter. I've seen some really good ones, though. That being said. Pray tell, where the heck am I? This is awesome. Really? Yeah, years ago I was in the same boat, and I have actively not bought a television since. Actually, the best use I got out of a flat screen was using it as a monitor for a computer. I actually really like how grotesque this game is. It's beautiful in its own way. But to be honest, I've always been kind of a bookworm, so... I think I just made a shortcut. This is a very precarious bridge. Doesn't that mean this, place is like wildly at risk? Samuel's place? Huh. Because everything can be seen on PC. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, streaming services do have a lot. They kind of exploded in the last, like, what, 15 years? Listening to audio version of books, because... I get you. Although, I do agree, audiobooks are absolutely phenomenal. Like, even... Like, I like reading because, again, when I read, I don't actually, you know, see the book or the words or anything. I'm actually just, you know, I see what the book is saying. But with an audiobook, I can be doing something else and just ingesting that information more efficiently than I would be reading. And there are so many good stories. Especially if somebody's a good reader. Or at least good at articulating what they're saying. Their voice is metallic and distorted through the helmet. Don't try anything funny or you're toast. And I mean the blackened, charcoaly kind. Okay. Have you listened to any good audiobooks lately? Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we're not wearing a helmet. Aside from, you know, a hood with a skull on the face. I am hearing all kinds of noises. What's going on with this guy? Okay. Hello, friend. What say ye? I give you a rough whack on the shoulder, perhaps intended to be a companionable pat. Don't worry, pal. If you're here without protection, you're already dead. Oh. Okay. Cheery. The podcast. Okay. Any particular subject, or is it the true crime that you're saying earlier? You have to forgive me if I've already asked the question. Because I think I recall the answer. It's kind of awesome. Uh-oh. That microphone sounds amazing. I'm a paranormal. Ooh, yeah. I've always been fond of the paranormal. Those stories, though, they can melt your brain if you do too much. Just because you get to the point where you kind of psychosemantically believe what you're reading, even if you actively don't. Which I know is a strange statement. It's crazy. All these houses seem to have floating, inaccessible rooms. Except for here, where the magic of the king doesn't seem to work. Whoa! I think these are two people fused together. Ow, bastard. Stephanie Sue is a great podcaster. Talks a lot of true crime. Yeah? Ooh, interesting landmark. God, that sounds awesome. Yeah, seriously. God, that sound makes my teeth shake. I want to hear it louder. Hi. Welcome to the end of the world, citizen. The food's terrible, but you can't beat the view. Yeah. Is this a cleanup camp? Yep. Last outpost of normal reality. Or at least the words are drowned out by the deafening metallic voice in the main building. Cleanup worker force. Report to my office. Repeat, Flores, to my office. Normal for us, anyway. Stay back, citizen. These monsters are dormant right now. They could rouse at any moment. If they get their claws on you, you'll be everybody's problem. What are these things? Would you believe that they used to be citizens like you or me? Once the corruption takes you, there's no return. I look inside the cage. You lost your marbles? No one's allowed in there without... Suddenly the words are drowned out by the deafening metallic voice. All hands. Shift change delayed in 72 minutes. Repeat, 72 minutes. Long out. As I was saying, no entry without orders from the chief. It's guild business. I need to get in there. Ah, shit. Why is it always me? Sorry, Your Honor. Under strict orders not to let anyone without the chief's blessing. No exceptions. Oh. Hellbent on it. Talk to cleanup leader Huang. He's over in the main building, top floor. Just don't tell him I sent you. He's in a foul temper. Willing to bet it's probably the green one? Oh. Well, well, if they ain't the curse dodger in the flesh. Chief's not gotten tired of you yet. Or have you come back just to see? Curse dodger? If you say so. They poke a long thin probe inside your mouth, then wave it... Oh, yeah. Wave it all up and down your body. Connected apparatus. Alright, you're clean. For now. You're clean. For now. Go on ahead. This person just kind of probes me at every opportunity. The creations made inside the game. Kinda. But I mean, isn't that... Ew. They got poop baths. Isn't that kind of like the perfect ideal of a fiction? Well, he's just going to probe me yet again. I've been probed all day by this guy. Gonk. These cleanup workers tearing hungrily at a hunk of black bread like a rabid dog. They do not respond except to make an obscene gesture at you. Might not want to go upstairs, mate. The chief's in an awful mood. They glance up suddenly as a metallic voice booms from above. Attention all hands. Roll call in 36 minutes. No dawdling this time. Huang out. Then again, ain't he always? Apparently. I would prefer if the thing for me would be less, you know, intrusive. Hi, are you Huang? You're really cool, although all of your limbs are fake. You see a scarred man with several days' stubble chewing on an unlit cigar as he scans the map. He curses and leans over to trumpet-like apparatus spouting from the wall. Attention, reserve shift. Zeta Patrol is late. I want a relief party ready in 36 minutes. Huang out. As he speaks, you can faintly hear his magically amplified words booming across the camp outside window. Turns to you with a scowl. What is this now? A tourist? Afraid we'll have to skip a grand tour. Are you going to tell me you took the wrong turn? Are you now? Well, lucky us. Forgive me if I don't genuflect. My knees pure buggered from all the times I nearly died cleaning up after you geniuses. Let's get one thing straight, Sunshine. I'm cleanup leader Huang, and this is my cleanup camp. That means every cunt here who follows the rules obeys my orders, no matter what some shite for brains tinker in Ferropolis says. Clear? I like this guy. Now why the hell are you in my office? Looking for a missing child. Listen to your story, shaking his head. I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing. Finding a single person among the corrupted, let alone their name, it's pure bonkers. Corruption warps most things beyond recognition. If this kid had got absorbed into a canker mass, they've not even got a body anymore. Sometimes individual corrupted ones have traces of their old selves, clothes, tattoos, and the like, but that's rare. Can I get a closer look at the corrupted ones in the cage? You're a real specimen, aren't you? Be my guest. If your life's that cheap, cleanup worker Cohen's are resident monster expert, so if you had any other questions, ask them. Attention cleanup worker. Attention weird-looking scunner into the cage, will ya? Huang out. Okay, well, I like how upfront these people are. And how much they don't give a crap. Womp, 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 womp. Hi, I'm in a cage. The corrupted one babbles an unending stream of unknown syllables at high velocity. Trying to parse any recognizable sound makes your head ache. Yeah, exactly. Oh, good. They speak the language. Hold up the locket. Do you recognize this? Without any sign of recognition. Inspect it more closely. You find tattered remains of old lace, possibly from fancy dress serving as a maid's apron. A slit above the creature's left hip opens a large cavity full of gently waving cilia or polyps resembling jointless fingers. Oh my god, that is horrific. But also amazing. A chance rhythmic from multiple mouths all over its body, alternating between them, trying to parse any... Uh-huh. Babble without any sign of recognition. It's covered in scars and wounds, perhaps occurred during its capture. Its mouths all look like they belong to different people. At close distance, there is a strange beauty to the way they sing together. That's kind of cool. Everyone mutters incoherently to itself with wild swings of tone and volume, trying to parse any recognizable. Good. Creature stares at the locket as if hypnotized. Words. Becomes visibly agitated. Its movements and speech, but you can't understand anything. Could this creature have once been Oleg's child? This cleanup worker Cohen can tell you more. Yeah, they're speaking the cipher language. How'd you get on in there? The last one looked like it wanted to make you a proper mess of you. I think they were talking to me, but I couldn't understand anything. Oh, sure. That gobbledygook they talk? Or drowned out by the metallic voice. There's a damn supper. Long out. Yeah. That gobbledygook is some kind of cipher dialect. Only the machinists can make heads or tails of it, and only if they've got one of these fancy skull implants. Where would I get an implant? Honor? Or they ain't told you yet. I hear waiting list a little longer. Terror Worms Todger. Well, I'll share what I know. I used to guard the Mechanarium back in Ferropolis. Got into, let's call it an amorous entanglement with a cog named Morozov. Proper fruitcake she was. A real force of nature. Saw her off in space for a moment. That good, huh? It was bashfully. It was tempestuous. I'll put it that way. Anyway, the point is, she's the one that used to fix up the trainee machinist with the new skull plumbing. Lives in a tower up the mountainside north of Ferropolis. If you'll mention my name, it'll be worth something. Ah. Anyway, what else can I do for you? Alright. Well, we've learned much. And they speak the language of the thing. Scrape your damn boots, will ya? The mud here can chew through your wrought iron. Crazy. This is awesome. Is this a house I can buy? Doorman turns you away. You need 45 charm to talk your way in. .45 charm? What is my charm? Oh. Yeah. I agree. I don't know, it's like what you're saying. It's like, isn't that kind of the goal of games like this? Like, they try to get you so invested in the characters just by setting and such that you, like, genuinely feel for them. It's metallic and distorted. Anyone or anything could be corrupted out here, so you better keep your distance, tourist. But I want inside. Okay. Is this guy corrupted? Thank you for the glorious silk. So we actually got directions. I think we're eventually going to implant into our skulls a piece of machinery that helps us read the cipher language, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure, given the opportunity, my character would definitely be a transhumanist. Nothing can go wrong? I mean, it's just somebody tinkering with your brain. All they can do is fundamentally change who you are. Probably at random. unseen device my ass. Open! There we go. Hello? Whoa, Ring of Stamina? Trapped within the gem is a spell which bonds the wearer's nervous system. What? A spell which bonds with the wearer's nervous system. Although once mass-produced, antique rings like this have become a rarity. That's actually kind of huge. How bad do you think the poison is? Let's say I boost my stamina. From hero to villain. Well, oh, that's always just a matter of perspective. Isn't a villain just a hero in their own right that's trying to do something other people disagree with? Antique dreams are an interesting idea on their own. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, especially that dreams are a commodity that can be, like, bottled and sold. Antique dreams can absolutely be a thing. Like, what is an aged dream? I think that's an idea that could be explored. Let me up! Okay. It's definitely someone's hero, and it doesn't matter what the villain's done. Exactly. Because, again, it's a matter of perspective. The villain does it for a reason. In fact, it's probably a far more fleshed out reason than a hero's. I've long posited that the hero character's 99% of the time the least interesting character, mainly because they're the ones who are pulled by fate. They're the ones who respond to all the villain's actions. Whereas a story is almost entirely more about the villain than it is about the hero themselves. Okay, so now everything's pointing me back to the damn city. Which, I mean, fair enough. I'm gonna somehow raise my charisma. Don't you breathe at me? Gotta find all the goodies. Burger mutters to themselves as if you're not even there. Be a hero, they said. Save the kingdom, they said. And you had to go and listen, didn't you? Yeah, that's usually how that goes. Many times, yes, I have the intoxication, but would agree without. Oh, absolutely. Whoa. I want to get that. I need to fuel my delusions to become stronger. Okay, the ambient wind is delightfully unsettling. Honk. It's kind of interesting, as the machine god is at the top of this clock tower. And, you can basically see him from any point. Like, don't you think a suitably powered ballista would just destroy the mechanical king? Right then and there? I don't know if he directly controls it. Okay, let's head back to the city. I believe that's a crux of the majority of the plots we're following. Although it's nice that I can actually just come back from the corrupted lands with absolutely no consequences. I also like how the royal cleaners all seem like very aggrieved. Like they leave a very militant lifestyle. They're doing something that is important, but it's not enjoyable by any means. At the end of the day, their entire answer is just go away, leave me alone. It's kind of interesting how they made an artificial trench just to separate the two areas. Which, I guess, if this place has such limited real estate, why would you need such a huge digging machine? I am going to infect everything here. Oh. Got another myrmidon. I always wondered how clockwork creatures always seem to be myrmidons. It's like, I wonder what about them reminds people of gladiators. As a myrmidon, specifically somebody who uses a trident and a net in gladiatorial combat. We're gonna get stretched to the inn, as our character is fairly fatigued. There's the moving giant factory. Well, maybe moving is a relative term. I think it's stuck. That's hilarious. Interesting that people are just like, yes, I know that they're made to remember these things, but they're still questioning. It's like, wasn't the city bigger? Where's my house? Where's all my things? Okay, I've already scoured the place. Charm 40 or Strength 8. Both are outside my grasp. Is that 40 you said? Yeah. You have to put some more points into charisma. Shame I can't give it the charisma of the sword. I don't think I've been in that building. Stand and deliver. What do you got for me? Oh, I've already been here. Good day. I suppose I could have just opened the door. Oh, I have dawdled. Oh. Feeling that fatigue. End of a long day. Alright, I think we'll reach the inn and then call it an evening. But maybe we'll have an event. God, there's a giant frickin' thing out there and I want it. I want to understand why. I'm surprised there's no portal in our place. What are you doing in here? I guess these guys go where they please. Sure. There's 3 of them. What is this? Sorry, do you guys not see these? They're everywhere. Is this the coming of the silk slug? There's another one up there. Do it. Give me an eye. I don't think I've been to this building yet. Boom. I'm gonna be able to upgrade something so much. There's so many of these guys. Did I do something? That like prompted the city to be filled with silk slugs? Maybe I'm living in a dream. Alright. So we're at the balcony. We close the door once more. We have gone on a quest. We're going to try to interpret the king's madness. Try to, you know, figure out how to write a spell so that he can't, you know, delete reality. Or at least won't be inclined to. We have found a dreamer that I need to, you know, talk to Yvonne about. I have found the Corrupted Lands, which has a bunch of muties, and I kind of want to... I need to get a machine implanted in my skull in order to properly understand it. So, you know, there's that. But with that, I will leave you guys. We're going to take a drink of... Come on, where's my ale? There we go. Take a drink of beer. Cheers. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. We're probably going to be playing more of this. And take it easy. Have a good night.